Okay, welcome to the Meta Madness qualifiers, everybody. The first qualifier for Meta Madness powered by Hightech. And well, what's Meta Madness? Meta Madness is a tournament concept that we've now been running for quite a while, actually, which is attempting to force the teams to think a little bit outside of the box. And the way that we do that is twofold. There's two rules. There's 10 heroes that are not allowed to be played for the qualifiers at all. You can't pick them. They don't have to be banned. They're just not available. And by the way, for the main event, it will be more. This just applies for the qualifiers. Look at this as Meta Madness Light, so to say. In addition to that, every single hero that gets played within a series is not allowed to be played again. Meaning after the first map, when we're talking about a best of 3, for example, instead of only having those 10 pre-banned heroes not being available, 20 heroes are not available. You head into game number 3, 30 are not available, and so on and so forth. So keep that in mind. And that's pretty much all the rules there's to it. Now, the first round that we're looking at here right now is a best of 1. We're on Infernal Shrines. We have Chili Mountain going up against Team Hivemind. So in this case, only the 10 pre-banned heroes are not available. And those heroes are Stukov, Valla, Medivh, Johanna, BrightWing, Abathur, Nazeebo, Hanzo, Lucio, and Junkrat. So I will, for future videos and everything else, also add those then in the description of the video if you're watching this on YouTube right now. But just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what's going on, so just a slight overview. And in the meantime, while we're waiting, of course, for the main event to start, sub-goals are tied to additional heroes being banned out. But it gives you a bit of an idea of what we're thinking about here. Yeah, as you can imagine, once that you're heading into a best of 3 or a best of 7, best of 5, things are starting to get a little bit crazy. For now, I still expect within the qualifiers to have a bit more normal setup. Also noteworthy, we are only looking for 4 more teams for the main event. 8 teams will play in the main event. 4 of them are already qualified because they placed high in the X Cup. X Cup has a cooperation with Meta Madness here, so that means that team that we have the Hardos, the Donuts, and Go Next already qualified for the main event. So if you don't see them play in the qualifiers, that's why. Now, as we're looking at our one map, we have Leo locked in very, very quickly for Team Hivemind over here. We got a Marke playing Blaze for the blue team and Azerite on Chromie. Now again, couple of options are already out. I don't really think that's going to have too much of an impact here. There's still plenty available, of course, with only 10 banned away. But we get Anduin now, we got Tychus. So already good heroes for Infernal Shrines. I gotta admit, I have to adjust my brain a little bit because I just came from casting the Korean and Chinese tournament, which lasted a week, and the meta there was completely different than what we of course have here. So yeah, just looking at some of the picks here, I have to like adjust. That early Leo pick, for example, is something that you would not have seen in the Chinese, in the draft for the Chinese or Korean teams. Something that they absolutely did not want at all. But yeah, so for now we got Stitches banned out. Hogga again was banned too, obviously. And what else are we getting here on the last one? What else gets eliminated? You have to, of course, also to think a bit on the fly, because with so many heroes, you know, not available anymore, you have to really think through these things a little bit. But here's a Nubarak. He gets banned, so it's one of the engaged tanks. Blaze can technically be played as a main tank as well on this map. Now, oftentimes that isn't really the case. You still have him as a side laner, so there's plenty still to be taken. We have Jojo available, we have Diablo available, just to name 2 of them. But you could also head into a Garrosh, for example. So there's plenty of options at the front line for both of the teams as we're starting all of this up. But we get an Alexstrasza! Alright! The thick thighs are making their way into the game, and we get Murden too. So it seems like we have the transformation of Tychus contested by the Dragon Queen. Now the cool thing about the Chinese and Korean teams was that they also added a lot of Tassadar Infernal Shrines, so they went into Odin plus Archon. I kind of doubt that that's going to play a role here, but again, we'll see. Smexy's playing with Chili Mountain. Now, as they try to qualify for the X Cup playoffs, which they barely failed to do, they also played part of the games with Breeze and Whoopi. We might see them eventually play for them, but time will tell. Last pick, Genji though, for Team Hivemind, and Mei, as we're about to head into Infernal Shrines. Pretty well run a draft for them, a lot of aggression against the backline here. Obviously, one thing, by the way, that is kind of interesting too now is that when it comes to damage dealers, I expected a few others to already make an appearance. But you can already tell that some of the usual suspects are not here. Someone like Stukov, for example. And just him being pre-banned is already pretty awesome and has a huge impact here. So we get Lulnara. Infernal Shrines is the first map, everybody. So let's go. Let's see which team moves on to the next round. And that's already going to be the semifinals where we're looking at best of 3. So things are going to get a little bit more spicy. But for now, we have a best of 1 on our hands. So let's jump straight in. Game number 1. Off we go. Our game is up. We are at Infernal Shrines. It is best of 1. We have on the left side Chili Mountain with Maka playing Blaze, Gulnaz, and Muradin. Our double frontline for the blue team. With Azerite on Lulnara, we got Smexy on Alexstrasza, Gia on Chromie to round things off. And over to the right side of the map, Team Hivemind. There's Mr. Tycho with his Tychus. Fitting, I gotta say. Captain Rex on Anduin. We got Madron on Genji. Electrics on Mei. And Vitters on Leoric. Alrighty, let's go. The way the teams qualify, by the way, is similar to the qualifiers for the X Cup. So we once again have this point system where you can participate in all... Ooh, that could be a kill. But you can participate in as many qualifiers as you want. The farther you go in the qualifiers, the more points you will accumulate, and that's we will put a leaderboard in based on the results of all 4 qualifiers, and the top 4, they make it into the main event. So pretty simple, nothing too crazy. But as already mentioned, for Meta Madness itself, for the main event, things will become a lot more crazy because we have more bans. So look at this as a Meta Madness light. A little bit of a warm-up for the teams, but also for the audience, so that everybody knows what's going to happen in Meta Madness. Now on level 1, we got already the Circle of Life, unfortunately not with Stitches, so we don't see that insane increase that you get with the Stitches hit point pool at times when you play that off properly. Maybe sometimes a bit more of a quick match thing, but still. There's the kill against Chromie. Okay, she's down. Team Hivemind opening things up with a bit of a bang here, taking the Chrome Star down, and Gulnaz on Muradin gets away with 50 HP. Not even close, baby. That got ugly very quickly for them. Okay, so for now, what do we have? On the left side, on the right side, we got the quarterback in. Anduin is playing with the Lightwell. And they try to take their camp, but there's the invade. Very aggressive plays from Chili Mountain, and they're going deep for this one. They try to go for Tychus. There's the jet propulsion and the kill. Lulnara is down, and Lulnara kills Tychus. The other way around. Bambi has, worked out a little bit and beefed up massively, so it's a kill for a kill at this point. Leo still rotating between the lanes, of course, and the stacks are also slowly coming together for Alexstrasza, obviously capitalizing on the camp they just took. And they took the fountain down, so they provided vision for those Khazras, and they were able to shoot over the debris, take the fountain down, and that helps with the next objective. On level 4, we got the Paralyzing Rage. You don't have to go for the Neil Peasant anymore. The general wave clear of Leo has been improved by Blizzard in the latest patch. Therefore, Neil Peasants, while still strong, is not mandatory any longer. We have Blossom Swell in on level 4 and the Thunderburn. And another fight for the next camp down at the bottom of the map. And Lulnara is low, but Genji missed the kill. Alexstrasza is down, but the rest of the team walks away. Could have been an opportunity to get a double kill, but they got the Alexstrasza drop regardless. And they also took the camp. So, nicely done. Right now we have 2 kills versus 1. Team Hivemind is opening things up quite nicely. Now, of course, admittedly, oftentimes around level 10 when the heroic abilities kick in, the pace of the game changes and the dynamic can very quickly shift, but at least for now, they have a strong early game. Got 2 kills against 1 and were also able to lock in some of these camps. They lost their own though, but they look for another kill and Maka gets isolated and they're about to drop him. So that's a perfect kill at the right moment in time, just as the objective is about to pop up, and that will allow them to at least take a significant lead here on the objective, as both of the teams are, by the way, also still trying to go for level 7 experience. Yeah, Chili Mountain needs to be a bit careful on this one. We got Alexstrasza moving down to the bottom of the map, and it seems that they're willing to let the first objective go. Because Team Hivemind is looking at 20 stacks already. Chromie and Alexstrasza are still at the bottom of the map. Seems like Lunara is going full NA on this one with the choking Pollen as the level 7 talent. In addition to that, we got the Skullcracker in. Another move from Anduin is he's trying to save Mei up at the front, but the blue team is finally making a play for the objective. 28 to 4 stacks, but if they can get the kill, and they can, then they might still be able to turn things around. Nice. Awesome. Good stuff. Nice comeback here from Chili Mountain with the level 7 talent. On level 4, by the way, the bigger they are for Tychus, Now, that's another big change or a big difference when you're talking about the Asian meta and what we're seeing in Europe. In Europe, after one of the Korean tournaments, it has also become quite normal to go into the Master Assassin as your level 4 talent for Tychus for the passive attack speed increase. But as you can tell, a lot of the teams and players over here in the West still prefer to go into either in the rhythm or the bigger they are to chunk down players like Muradin. 39 to 30. Chili Mountain about to lock in the first Punisher. There we go, Frozen Punisher for them. But they have a bit of trouble at the front line still. Market tries to re-engage with another jet propulsion, and that's bad. Oh, Punisher jumped procced before he reaches the gate. Now, the cooldown should be ready in just another second, but that is still a lot of value to be had for Chili Mountain. This is great. The gate is open. There's the second jump, and they're following it up. They can because the gate's open, and that's nearly a kill against Mei. Massive value for the Chilis as they move for the first fort of the game. And they might not be able to take it down completely, but that's a lot of damage. I mean, damn, that is a ton of damage here. Look at this. They pretty much have it. I mean, at this point, honestly, if anybody just moves in, imagine Lunara just moving there for 1 second or Chromie firing away, and that is going to be more than enough. As it stands, there's still elite in experience for Team Hivemind, so that's what the red team has going on for themselves. They have an opportunity to maybe get an early level 10 and then play around that a bit. But Marke gets caught at the top again and is in real trouble. He's coming in with a jet propulsion, but they really want him, don't they? They gank up on him with everything they have. Marke on the run, left, right, left. But of course, at this point, it is already a foregone conclusion. Now, him buying time allowed the rest of the team to not only take the camp at the bottom of the map, but also to start pushing the bot lane. So, while the kill was really important, we also gotta admit that Team Hivemind might have invested a few too many resources to secure the kill, and have now suffered some structural damage at the bottom of the map. Tychus, as expected, is going into Odin. There's not really any surprises when you're looking at the heroic abilities. We got the X-Strike in, went into the Augmented Guard on level 7 and the Dragon Claw on level 4. But no real big deals or anything here with the level 10 abilities. We got Anduin right now with a Light Bomb, so they're gonna try that Genji Light Bomb engage, which is insanely terrifying. Marke, by the way, is now at the top lane taking the fort down, so that's the first main structure that gets eliminated within the game. Yeah, good for them. And yeah, what's the damage actually looking like for the teams? 13,000, 23,000. I mean, Lunara is really ranking the numbers up, but obviously it's also a question of how much you can do with that. There's the attack. There's also the ice wall and the kill against Mei. Overextended a bit too hard, so Mei is down. They were trying to go for the Lunara kill, but they couldn't, and instead Mei falls. 3 kills to 4 now. And that's a very, very nice opening for Chili Mountain. Fort at the top lane eliminated. They're catching up in kills, and they can still poke nicely. I mean, the entire idea here is to an extent at least that you just get the damage over time in with someone like Lunara, for example, but also with Blaze or whatnot. And then you have the kill shots coming from Chromie, who just has the distance to really take them down there. So that's one of the things they're definitely going to attempt. But as you can tell, we currently have a bit of poke in the middle of the map. The fountain, keep in mind, has been destroyed already earlier, so that's actually really, really important, because the next objective is spawning in the middle. So not only do they already prep for potential Punisher push, but they also have the fountain eliminated, so no sustain for Team Hivemind, which is super important. Chromie is already controlling some of the space into the shrine with her ult, but this is really the moment to shine. And the lead in experience could lead to Team Hivemind getting the level 13 talent first, and working around that little window would be very important. That's why Genji is still at the bottom of the map, because he's trying to get some extra experience for the team, and there it is. They got level 13, and let's go. Neo Steel coding, and on top of that we got the Spectral Leech on level 13. Now keep Anduin in mind, once that he makes the Light Bomb engage together with Genji, things are going to get spicy, but Genji, talking about him, in real trouble here. And that's a huge problem. With him this low, that means that they can't go for the Light Bomb engage without him immediately getting murdered or having to jump out again. So they pop Odin, but he needs more healing. Genji needs healing. And they don't have a fountain, so he just relies on Anduin at this point. And, well, here we go. There's the attack. And we all know what happens when you rely on Anduin. I mean, we've seen what happened to the Alliance. So at this point, all of a sudden... Oh, that's a kill. Nice. Genji, look at him with a kill. Blaze down. Nicely done. Now the next attack, and Tychus is dead as well. Oh, Muradin also down. Everybody dead and dying, with Genji also being eliminated here. 5 kills to 6. It's a 3 versus 3 on the map, but also a top push now with Catapult and Camp, as the blue team is trying to play around the Punisher a bit further. They are likely going to lock this one in here. At the bottom of the map, we got Chromie already in play. Top side, Leo is now attempting to prevent the worst from happening here. You don't want to risk damage on the keep. That's pretty much it. You don't want to risk losing any hit points on the keep. So instead, they're now focusing on the defense in the middle after Leo is done with the top lane. Now we got 13 versus 13 now. And off we go. A little bit of additional healing for our boy Muradin. He's now in a position where he has the healing static on level 13 with a good synergy with his level 4 talent. And down goes the 4 in the mid lane. Nicely done. So, what do we get? 38,000 damage for an hour. Oh, the stun! No, not like this! Not again! Procced in front of the gate. They can already poke it down. The Arcane Punisher at 55%. Yeah, they're gonna get that gate, aren't they? Ice wall! But that didn't really do anything either, so this entire thing is pretty much falling. And by now they're moving down to the bottom of the map and start to make a play for the final fort of Team Hivemind. Blaze has died 3 times, by the way, so half of the kills against the blue team are on Macke. There's the engage, light bomb, and that didn't do jack shit. That did nothing. That time it didn't work out for them. Comes in with the X-Strike. They're saving Leo. That's at least something. But Maze immediately getting attacked. And even the Jet Propulsion is coming in as they're trying to take Electrics down. And there it is. The kill on Mei. The front line gone. And now the chase is happening. Chili Mountain is looking for opportunities to lock in a second kill. Or at least push in with that minion wave that is about to arrive. Level 16. It's on the board for them too. So they're looking at multiple advantages here. Not only structurally, but also in experience they are ahead. A kill against Leo, more or less inevitable at this point. There's the hit, Leo down, and so is Genji. Tychus! Oh, he's not gone. Smexy! The Smex Master! Alright, Smexy going for the all aggression. Might not even have to Hearthstone here, honestly. 5-man wide pretty much. Look at this. Tychus trying to escape, and then Smexy comes in. Not on my watch. I got this. Smexy coming in, taking him down. Keep or no keep. Smexy doesn't give a shit. He comes in and just drops him. Yeah, it's absolutely balling it on Extraza here. Now they go for the first keep of the game, and all of the lanes are heavily pushed. 10 kills to 6. And this is looking insanely strong, what the blue team is currently doing here. Now, a couple of hiccups in the game, don't get me wrong. We had a few ganks that were very successful by Team Hivemind, and some of their early game plays gave the blue team some trouble. But at least now they're on the driver's seat. We have them with a 4-kill advantage, more than a level lead. A huge structural advantage on top of that, of course, too. And off we go. 10 to 6, and there's the Chromester. Alright. Chromie is coming in, starting to attack the next camp, but you might have to fall back because the red team is ready to rumble. And they're coming straight in with an attack against Leo. Leo, careful. Yeah, you don't want to activate the trade value again. Catches Mei, congratulations. The only problem is she's on the same team. So, yeah, that didn't really work. Nah, zoned out, obviously, the remainder of the blue team. But they're on the run. And guys, that chase might not end well for them. With Azerite already poking it out on Lunara time and time again, attempting to get hits in here, this could become a little bit spicy. Yeah, the bottom keep in particular is something that I'm very, very scared about because, guys, next Punisher is spawning bot side. Oh, not like this, Genji! Lunara with all the damage in the world and one hit after another. Look at that poke. leaps in. There's the light bomb. They're at least getting 2 stuns against the front line through, but it's not enough to save Mei. She's down. Azerite with a hoppity hop as he's moving to the left and right, dodging out of most of the damage. Tychus is in trouble, taps the fountain, but Mark and Alexstrasza take him down as a tag team. Here comes the kill against Anduin, and now only Leo is on the map. They make the play for the keep, and this is just looking real tricky for Team Hivemind. Leo more or less has to pull off a solo defense here, and it's not gonna work out for him. Nope, he dies too. 5-man team wipe as Chili Mountain wins the first match in the first qualifier for Meta Madness. Yeah, awesome start into all of this. Again, guys, we have 10 pre-banned heroes, and now obviously we're heading into best of 3 territory as Chili Mountain moves on to the semifinals of the qualification tournament. GG.